The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And welcome in to the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. I'm Tank Spencer. Jeremy Greene's alongside, and the New Orleans Saints are 2-2 to start out this season. It's been up and down. Jameis Winston, now the quarterback of the team, he has very few weapons to work with. Alvin Kamara, obviously the star on the offense right now. Michael Thomas is going to come back in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
That's the hope. He's eligible to come back after the Week 6 bye.
Right. So things could turn around offensively for New Orleans. They lost this past week in overtime to the New York Giants, which, I mean, how maddening is that? To know that you're the better team. You should be far superior.
To know that you've beaten the best team on your schedule.
Right. You
lost to the second best team and got shellacked.
Mm-hmm.
You beat the third best team on your schedule and got beat by the worst team on your schedule.
Right.
New Orleans is the most infuriating team I think I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And the bad thing is you should be 3-1. Everybody talks about, Jameis been so bad and all this. You should 100% be 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
You had that game with the Giants in hand, and you couldn't salt the game away, which is staggering because there's damn near not a team in the league that's running more than you. There may not be a team in the league running more than you, and you couldn't salt the game away. That's just bizarre as hell to me. You've got Kamara, who was good. Everything was going your way, and then turd sandwich. And then Jabril Peppers weight roomed you at the coin toss, and it all came tumbling after.
So good. That was so good. I love to see a player get fired up like that.
Well, I mean, he plays for the Giants, so he doesn't get to see a lot of wins.
This is true.
That was kind of like, the weird nerdy guy in your high school saying a boob. Like, I don't get to do this every day.
Alvin Kamara going to continue to be the one force on that team that you're scared of until Michael Thomas comes back. Once Michael Thomas comes back, I feel like this is going to open everything up.
And I would agree with that. That gives you a legitimate weapon. Callaway, all of the things. Everybody comes down to spot in the pecking order. And I'll be honest with you, with Michael Thomas, Marquez Callaway is the 2, and Traquan Smith is the 3, I don't think your weapons are that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have to let Jameis Winston do something.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like they have the reins on Jameis Winston entirely too much.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if...
Okay, funny you said that.
Yeah.
Because we just did Tampa Bay right before we did this. How many passes has Tom Brady thrown this year?
Oh, God. 130-something?
184.
184.
How many has Jameis Winston thrown? Take the 100 off of it and add 2.
That's it.
It's 86.
Okay.
He's throwing 24 and a half more passes a game than Jameis Winston.
Okay.
That's dumb.
Okay, yes, they need to let him throw a little bit more. You asked, are they running the ball more than any other team in the league? No, they're not right now. They're 7 carries behind the Cleveland Browns,
who have 2 legitimate ones.
And they're 3 carries behind.
And by the way, they play slower than Cleveland does. I was talking about by percentage.
Oh,
I don't care how many touches
by
they
percentage.
have. I care how many times have you run. They're running 53% of the time.
Yeah.
I think they've run less plays than any team in the NFL. And I don't get it.
Mm-hmm. To a degree, I understand it as a fan of a team who used to have Jameis Winston as their quarterback. You want to limit the opportunities that he has to make mistakes, and
but
it's
not
worked
to
so
this
far.
point. This is 10 less. This is 10 less attempts a game than Lamar Jackson. I mean, and he's still got a great arm. At the end of the day, nobody ever questioned the arm talent with Jameis Winston.
No,
nobody.
It's always about the head.
Yeah,
the head and the vision.
$1 million arm, 10-cent brain. That was. If I heard that when he was at Florida State once, I heard it 100 times. But to this point, you're so one-dimensional that there's no fear. And I understand you've had injury issues, and Callaway's been hurt. Michael Thomas is out. I get that. you still have guys. There's still guys on this team.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think you have to open up this offense a little bit.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Adam Troutman season. I've been excited about that all year long, and we haven't seen it come to fruition.
If you took the number of yards that he had more than I have, you might make it to my car. Maybe, which is on the other side of that wall.
Right. I feel like he is a weapon that they haven't utilized just yet. Jawan Johnson continues to get the best run out of the tight ends that they have. Who is it?
Adam Troutman's outsnapped him aggressively.
No, I'm saying as far as production.
Oh, yeah, he's got 2 more catches.
That's it?
Yeah. Adam Troutman has 4 for 21 yards.
Maybe it's because he's
Jawan Johnson has 6 for 64.
Yeah, maybe
the only thing is 3 of them ended up in the end zone.
Right, I was going to say, maybe it's because he's gotten into the end zone.
Oh, he's gotten the high value targets.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I don't think this is a sustainable model. But if you want to hear the rosy and the hunky-dunky,
yep.
If you take away Tampa Bay, Buffalo, and Dallas, and Carolina again, off the schedule, there's not another overachieving team on this schedule. Seattle, they're 2-3.
Yeah.
And Russ is hurt, and they're not very good. Washington's underachieving. The Atlanta Falcons are bad. Tennessee's not been as good as you would think they would be. Philadelphia's bad. I'm not going to call them underachieving because it's exactly what I said they were going to be. But if you look at the Saints, I feel like a lot of people are ready to jump off a bridge after they lost to the Giants. Your quarterback's second best game of the season, he had 148 passing yards. He's broken 200 passing yards one time. And it took overtime. Now, granted, he didn't do anything, but you know what I mean.
Right.
You have to open this up. And I feel very sure that Sean Payton's going to. Sean Payton, to me, is top 2 smartest coaches in the NFL.
Yeah.
And so I can't believe that he's going to continue to do this. And another part of this that's a little maddening to me, Alvin Kamara hasn't been overly involved in the passing game either. I mean, it would be one thing to me. I mean, he's averaging 2.5 catches a game. He's without a doubt the best player on this team.
Yes.
So you got to get him the ball in space. He's a very good pass catcher. I haven't understood the game plan. Now, that being said, you've already won a game that I didn't think you've won a game that I didn't think you should. You've won a game that I didn't think you would, and you've lost a game that I don't understand. So that still puts you about where I thought you were going to be, which if I'm a Saints fan, I would be encouraged by. If you told me Jameis Winston has 613 passing yards in 4 games, I'd go, cool, how many's Taysom Hill got?
Yeah.
Because he has obviously played 2 of these games. No, that's not how that went. I think there's a lot to be encouraged by with New Orleans. And maybe I'm being rosy and, rose-colored glasses and all that shit, but I think there are things to like.
Yeah, I don't see how you can't be positive knowing that you're getting a guy like Michael Thomas back.
Correct.
Sure, your weapons may not be great now, but you are going to have the full complement of weapons, we hope, in 3 weeks.
Yep.
You'll have Michael Thomas. You'll have Marquez Callaway. I think Traquan Smith is due to come back.
Looks like they'll all come back at the same time.
I mean, he's a really solid 3 and a deep option down the field. That's when you can open it up. And I think that's what Sean Payton's doing right now. He's just keeping everything close to the vest. Right. He's just trying to manage the game right now until he can, like you said, take the governor off.
Oh, well, that game's coming.
Baby home.
That game's coming, and I have a funny feeling it's the week after the bye week against the Seattle Seahawks. There are very few times that I'm willing to make a bet on a game 3 weeks ahead of time. I'm looking at that one going.
Right. This is a team that scares me for Tampa Bay coming up in a few weeks. Because once they get all of those weapons back, then it's going to be a harder game to win.
100%. With Michael Thomas, this is a very, very good offense.
Right. So if you want to hold off on the bands and the Mardi Gras parades and all of that, you're not going to have to hold them long. Because I think you're going to start marching down that field pretty soon. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene, and this is the Sportsocracy. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you see all of our team-by-team content throughout the season. And, of course, join us every morning in the Wicked Weed studio at 10 a.m. We'll see you next time.